Hello everyone. Welcome to Turkish series stars. All the details are in this video, and if you enjoy it, remember to like and subscribe. You can support us even more by clicking the join button below. Thank you, and let's get into it. The glitz that usually wraps the Cannes Film Festival in a golden haze flickered this week, not because of a premiere, but because of a moment that caught both Turkish and European audiences off guard. The name on everyone's lips was Gökberk Yildirim, not for a performance, not for an award, but for a gesture that left people whispering about his relationship with actress Cemre, a story that has captivated fans for years. It began on a bright Thursday morning as their flight touched down in France, where they were scheduled to join the international promotion of The Promise. The energy around them seemed ordinary at first, handlers making calls, luggage gliding along the carousel, the murmur of arriving passengers. Then cameras appeared like lightning, and the atmosphere shifted. Witnesses at Cannes Airport described a sudden change in Gökberk's posture. The second he noticed the reporters, his jaw tightened, and his stride sped up. Almost in the same breath, he pivoted, reached for a suitcase, the one that, ironically, belonged to Cemre, and headed toward the VIP entrance with a determined focus that excluded everything behind him. The image of it is difficult to shake. Cemre left standing, pulse likely racing, eyes searching for an explanation that didn't come in words. For a few seconds, she didn't move. Those nearby swear they saw the slightest tremor touch her lips before she drew in a steadying breath. Her expression remained composed, but her gaze, fixed on the door where Gökberk vanished, carried an ache that cameras are infamous for magnifying. Within minutes, the footage made its way across social media. Their names surged to the top of trending lists. Comments poured in like a tide, some defending him, insisting he was shielding her from a press ambush, others criticized him for stepping away when she seemed to need him most. The divide only grew as their silence stretched. People who worked the event said this trip had been carefully planned from Gökberk's side. According to those close to the team, he wanted to draw a firm line, keep the spotlight on the project and nothing else. He had polished his interviews, trimmed anecdotes, and insisted on limiting any detours into private territory. The goal was clear: position The Promise for the European market with a serious, international tone. But the moment at the airport undid that careful plan in a heartbeat, transforming a strategy into a story about feelings. Cemre, known for her grace even when winds turn cold, moved with the stillness of someone holding an ocean inside. After a brief pause, she walked toward passport control, phone in hand, her attention pinned to the screen as if it were a shield. She didn't answer the questions thrown at her, didn't tilt her chin for a better angle. Photographers followed anyway. The image they captured was not of a dramatic outburst but of quiet hurt tightly contained. French outlets were quick to pick up the scene. Headlines multiplied and bounced across entertainment pages. A travel day had turned into a symbol, the split image of an actor disappearing behind a frosted door and a woman standing alone beneath two bright lights. International blogs drew attention to the contrast, his urgency, her poise. The narrative was irresistible: two stars, navigating the jagged line between devotion and duty. Theories, as always, arrived fast. Some argued that what happened was anxiety, pure and simple, a reaction many in the spotlight understand all too well. Others believed the moment revealed cracks that had been forming out of sight. One onlooker described a detail that later fueled countless interpretations. As he neared the VIP area, Gökberk slowed, turned slightly, and glanced back, his expression unreadable. It was brief, almost nothing, but for those who saw it, the look carried meaning. Was it regret? A call for patience? A goodbye that didn't quite let go? Meanwhile, Cemre kept moving, unhurried and dignified. Her manager joined her not long after, and together they disappeared into the stream of travelers. Spanish media applauded her composure, calling it the calm at the eye of a storm. It was a portrait of restraint that lingered in viewers' minds long after the clip ended. For years, Gökberk Yildirim and Cemre had been the reference point for a modern Turkish romance, two strong careers running in parallel, two personalities that seemed to complement rather than compete. They met audiences with warmth, but they chose their moments carefully, appearing together only when it truly mattered. That balance, fans say, was the secret. Now, after Cannes, the balance looked less certain. The two were in the same city for the same reason, yet during the first day of promotion they did not stand side by side for photos, nor did they give joint remarks. Those choices sparked fresh questions about where they stand. Some fans remain optimistic. They insist that the connection between them doesn't flicker out just because of one rough day, that real bonds survive misunderstandings and missteps. Others believe the weight of success, the travel, the relentless attention, and simple differences in how they carry the spotlight might be carving a gap that's harder to close than anyone wants to admit. No one on their teams has confirmed a split or even a fight. Still, people remember the way silence can speak. It's in the hesitations, the careful wording, the choice to walk into a room separately. That's the language gossip translates for the world. What's undeniable is that this airport moment, one motion, one decision, shifted the conversation. It reframed them. Instead of effortless elegance, the story on repeat was of pressure and timing, love and image, that impossible choice between protecting the project and protecting the person by your side. An editor for a French entertainment magazine mentioned hearing about appointments rescheduled and press questions quietly revised. A source close to the organizers said that while both stars remained professional, the mood was subdued, almost businesslike. The choreography of promotion continued, stages prepared, chairs placed, mics checked, but there was a new stillness in the air between every planned smile. A few hours after the airport clip took over feeds, a longer video emerged from a different angle. In it, a security staffer gestures for those with VIP clearance to move quickly through a side entrance to avoid congestion. You can see the moment Gökberk notices the directive. You can also see the cluster of photographers pushing closer, and the brief confusion as travelers stop and stare. The clip ends before showing what happened next, and it resolves nothing. If anything, it deepens the divide between interpretations. Some say it proves he was thinking fast, trying to pull the chaos away from her. Others say it shows a choice made too quickly, a focus on optics over feelings. Adding to the layered picture, a stylist rumored to be connected with the campaign shared a stray remark that Cemre had chosen a minimalist look for the day, clean lines, low-key accessories, a choice that reads as confidence in any room. Her fashion spoke volumes, and fans read it as a statement of independence. Later, on a quiet street near the Croisette, she was seen entering a meeting room with a small team. A few minutes afterward, someone caught her reflection in a glass door, calm, collected, pulling her shoulders back with intention. It became its own kind of image, a counterpoint to the airport door that closed too fast. The following morning, both gave separate interviews. Gökberk, precise and polished, stayed on message, praising the cast and international audience for embracing the promise. When asked about personal matters, he redirected without sharpness, choosing restraint over revelation. Cemre, in her own slot, spoke about her character's evolution and the joy of meeting viewers from outside Turkey. When a journalist gently touched on the previous day's commotion, she thanked everyone for their concern and said only that publicity days can be intense. The answer was kind but closed, and it only fed curiosity. By evening, panel discussions on television dissected their dynamic, comparing this moment to older clips where their glances told warmer stories. Fans put together timelines, pairing smiles beside red carpets with carefully staged press tours and private off days. It may never be fair, but this is the price of being adored. One sound engineer backstage could not help noticing how, even off-camera, they moved like professionals who had shared years of rhythm. There was no scene, no raised voice, just a respectful distance that felt new. Another person swore that, right before stepping onto a stage, Gökberk paused for a breath longer than usual, almost as if he were searching inside himself. It's just a sliver of a detail, the kind that only matters when people are looking closely. As the festival rolled on, an invitation landed for a private dinner with sponsors and media figures. Both names were on the list. They arrived at different times, exchanged polite greetings across the table, then turned their attention to the host. Those in the room noticed how careful they were about not stepping on each other's words. It was choreographed courtesy, and it left the question hanging: when does good manners hide a bruise, and when is it simply grace under pressure? By the weekend, the noise had not quieted. People were no longer just replaying clips. They were debating what this meant for the image of love that they had invested in. There is a reason fans cling to couples like Gökberk and Cemre. In their balance of talent and tenderness, viewers find something that feels dependable, even healing. To watch that image shake is to feel your own hopes wobble with it. Perhaps that is why every glance and gesture is being weighed like an omen. The truth may be far simpler than any theory: two careers accelerating in parallel, two people trying to protect a story from the crowd, and a day that began with the best intentions and ended with a bruise no one planned. Was it a case of timing gone wrong, a misread cue, a protective instinct that took the wrong route? Or was it the echo of a strain that has been quietly growing, the kind that thrives when schedules separate and the world insists on watching? No one can say yet. What we do know is that the episode has left a mark on how the public reads them. And here at Turkish Series Stars, we'll follow every step of what comes next, because this story has crossed borders and settled into people's hearts. If this moment caught you off guard too, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and consider hitting the join button to help us keep bringing you these deep dives. Tell us what you think. Did Gökberk act out of fear or strategy? Was this a protective reflex, or a response that missed the person who mattered most? Your comment might be featured in our next video, so share it below. And tell us which other Turkish celebrities you want to see here, and what stories you want us to uncover. At Turkish Series Stars, we work every day to bring you the most emotional and surprising moments from the world of fame. As the echo of this day continues across headlines, one question lingers like perfume in a crowded room. Will Gökberk Yildirim and Cemre Arda stand hand in hand again before the cameras, or will can be remembered as the place where their rhythm fell out of step? Only time, and perhaps the next flash, will tell. Thank you for watching. Stay with Turkish Series Stars, where stars speak without filters, rumors grow into stories, and you are part of the conversation. See you in the next one. Take care and goodbye.